Hi, it's Realtor Eric Hellon here with your market update for October 2015. Well, in October, we actually had some major changes happen, come down from the federal government, called the TRID, or the TRID. And how that impacts borrowers or buyers is that you will now be given documentation to review and given more days to actually look over that documentation. But also your lender has to get you documentation faster, so they have to get that paperwork to you within a certain amount of days. There's also going to be some forms that were once multiple forms that have now been combined into one. So with the TRID, how it affects buyers and borrowers is that you're going to have these longer periods because you're going to have more days to review documentation, and the lender is going to have to get documentation to you on a timely basis. So when you write up an offer, when your agent writes up an offer for you, a typical 30-day escrow will now be pushed out to 45 days typically. The National Association of Realtors is actually asking realtors to write up offers with the 45-day escrow. Again, that typical 30-day will now be a 45. So you're going to have a little bit more patience. And, as a seller, that will impact you as well because you're going to have a little bit more grace for those buyers who are writing up those offers. Also, another thing to consider is that there's a 7-day window where you need to do your final walkthrough before the closing. So, going with your agent to do a final walkthrough of the house that you're purchasing 7 days before closing could mean that the seller's still there. All their furniture and belongings are still there. So, do a thorough job when you're doing your final walkthrough. You may have to move some furniture out of the way and really take a look at that property and really cross your fingers and hope that they don't put any holes into the property on the way out, because then it turns into litigation and other issues. So, again, you have a 7-day period where, you have to do your final walkthrough before close. As a seller, if you are selling your property, show a little more grace, have a little more patience for that 45-day close. It's not going to be the typical 30 with this new regulation that's put into place. So, show a little bit more grace, but also be a little more aware. So if somebody writes up an offer where they're a borrower and they're getting a loan, and they write up the offer for 30 days, know that that's probably not going to happen, and they need to be aware of that. The last thing you want to do is write up a notice to perform and add a per diem and things of that nature. It just makes the process a little more aggravating. So those are definitely some things to consider. I'm by no means a lender, and this has a lot of impact to the way that they do business. If you have a lender or if you need to talk to a lender, reach out to me and I'll help connect you with one. From the agent side, I just, have to look at things and how they impact my buyers and also my sellers. And so that's the perspective I'm giving. If you want to talk to a lender again, I can connect you with one and you can talk to them and see how, if there are any other details that you need to be aware of. That's it for now. If you have anybody who's looking to buy or sell a property, definitely reach out to me. I can help them out. If you're on the fence about selling your property, want to know what it's worth, reach out to me as well, and I'll provide you with a free CMA. Until next time, make it a great day.